Tank it's empty again. Better fill it up before I go. Cause I'm loving it, feeling it, touch me and being it. See what I see in it, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, flow with it, let it all go. Oh Lord, think you know what I'm like, but you don't fall, you lose control. Bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your bed. Cut to the
Big up, guys. Welcome to the Football Overseas YouTube channel. And yeah, it has been an amazing journey. I don't believe it is another World Cup. Yeah, it's another World Cup that we're doing. 4 years have passed so quickly. It felt as if it was just 2022. That's 2 years ago. It's amazing how 4 years pass quickly, and here we are looking at Group A breakdown of the four teams that was that was drawn into this group for these fixtures. Yeah, so for Group A, so Group A has teams like so definitely Group A has teams like Mexico, the co-host for the World Cup, South Africa, South Korea, Denmark, Ireland, um, Czech Republic, and North Macedonia. Yeah, so North Macedonia, Czech Republic, Ireland, and Denmark. Those only one of them can qualify for this group, and yeah, so make sure you hit the sub button because I'll be and also the comments as I'm waiting for Hanno to join. We have a South African guest joining. Yeah, so for the last time when Mexico was in the 2022 World Cup, and for the 2022 World Cup, Mexico was knocked out of the World Cup. They were knocked out in the group stage, so Mexico will be looking to do better and reach the quarterfinals at home. Because last time they hosted a World Cup, they reached the knockout stage, and could it be a trend for this World Cup? Considering the group that Mexico was given, I can see Mexico topping this group easily. And yeah, so the other teams are South Africa, the Bafana guys, South Korea, Sans, South Korea, then people like Denmark, then only one of Denmark, North Macedonia, Czech Republic, and Ireland could join the World Cup. So yeah, it is an amazing time to see the football, and yeah, big up. So for the first thing we'll talk about is group breakdown. This is group breakdown in terms of and yeah, the players that you notice the cup, and yeah, the prediction. This is early preview. So yeah, so predictions, yeah, not what we'll be doing for this team. And I'll start with the first team is Mexico. So the first team is Mexico. Yeah, Mexico in the World Cup. They are hosting the World Cup for the seventh time, sixth time they're hosting the World Cup. And the last World Cup, they finished third in a group of Argentina, Poland, and Saudi Arabia. There were 1 point. They tied with Poland, but goal difference meant that Poland advances to the World Cup and Mexico did not advance. Also, in terms of other things as well. Mexico in the last yeah, Mexico in in the North American Cup they performed well. That is the CONCACAF Champions Cup. It is an annual cup for teams. So yeah, so the CONCACAF Champions Cup. So Mexico performs well and players to watch out for in Mexico. There are a lot of players like Jimenez. Raul Jimenez is from Mexico. I remember I used to watch him play for Wolves. Also other players. Let me look out for them. Yeah, so players like the ones that are playing in Saudi Arabia, that is G. Quananos. He plays as a striker, left winger, and left M. He has been tearing it up in the Saudi Arabia League. Also, people like Santiago Gimenez is tearing it up for AC Milan. Yeah, he has been having goals there. Lanzo has downgraded a bit. He wasn't the same Lanzo that played for Napoli. Yeah, he wasn't the same Lanzo that played for Napoli. And we have people like Edson Alvarez. He's on at Fenerbahce. Jimenez is at Fulham. Jimenez has been quiet. So those kind of players at this team in all my models, I because four possibilities because considering that there are six teams that were thrown into this group and final World Cup group will only be four teams. So I did, and in all my models, I predict Mexico. Oh, okay, let me introduce Hanno. Pick up Hanno. How you doing, man? Yo, Hanno. You okay? Hanno. Oh, he's muted. Yeah, so what's your view on Mexico's as a team in the FIFA World Cup? Hanno, man. Yeah, I think he's muted himself. Oh, the movie first. sorry for that. My internet interrupted me. So for the version A, I put Mexico as first place. I think Mexico has the talent to top the group. If Denmark, yeah, Mexico has the talent to top the group. If not Macedonia, if either North Macedonia or Czech Republic or Ireland qualifies, I think Mexico will top the group. But if Denmark qualifies, Denmark will edge South Mexico and could top the group. If that happens, I don't know what Hanno is doing. But anyway, so yeah, with that as well, I think this is an easy group. There's not much to say about Group A. I know Hanno has some points to say about Group for South Africa. Yeah, so big up.
Yes, Carl, big up. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it has been long since I last saw you on here.
It's been a long time, yeah, man. But World Cup, man, finally at a World Cup again. That's a good thing. For once, we back at a World Cup and only our third time or second time.
I think
We
it first
qualified
time
straight
since
away.
2019.
Now World Cup, like we qualified straight away.
Oh,
Like
straight
not
away.
as us, not as us. This is probably our best era since um since that 2002 era. It's probably the best.
2003 era. That was long ago. That like 20
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago.
it's about probably our best era. Like the last 3 years, we've just been on smoke. Last 2 3 years.
Yes, it has been a long time. So what you want to talk first about South Africa or Mexico?
We can do Mexico. Mexico probably favorite. Mexico. They yeah, they probably favorite home ground advantage as well. The only thing of Mexico right now, I know they have some struggles with the manager. The fans and the players are clashing a bit now. That's the only thing. So yeah, but it's tough to see them not qualify from this group, especially as a host. But that does come with pressure.
I think I saw somewhere that said that Mexico, when they're hosting the World Cup, they have never been knocked out in the group stage before.
Yeah, so they they don't smoke Mexico, especially at home. Gonna want to show up, especially for the fans. So yeah, if we check, no, they have been grouped a few times.
Hmm?
They no, they have the best they have been is
The first,
quarterfinals. So it's
but in
only
terms of hosting,
in hosting.
the last time
Yeah,
they hosted was 1970. That was their best result. That was quarterfinals.
yeah, quarterfinals. So
And then 1986, they reached the quarterfinals in the second hosting.
mm,
Yeah, so
so yeah, they do well as also they will take that as confidence.
yeah, and also considering also the open night's strength as well. This is an easy group that Mexico should not bottle.
I don't know if it's that easy for Mexico, but I think they're favorites, but I don't know how easy it is for them.
I, I think it's easy
Because
considering the goalkeeper as well.
I think they the best out of us, but I don't know if it's easy because you've got possibly Denmark, South Africa. We will see AFCON, but currently, if you go based on the last AFCON, third best team in Africa, then South Korea is it's probably one of the best teams in Asia, probably the best team in Asia. So it's a tough one.
Yeah,
Um,
true. You do have a point there. But
so
also,
yeah, but home ground advantage, they are the favorites.
yeah, also the way I look at it is South Korea, they have a talented squad with their young players. Also, Bafana, they have a talented squad. The way you guys play in Africa is amazing, but how will
Mm.
can South Africa replicate that in in Mexico? Because in Mexico, USA, and Canada can they replicate that from outside Africa? Which makes me think
Um,
that it's easy for Mexico to qualify.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, I understand because it's the total different environment. Um, they are more used to playing in those conditions as well, and against those opponents and those stuff. So yeah, no.
Also, as well, if you look at Mexico, I think Mexico has qualified for 6 World Cups, right? Around
Nah,
six
been
or
more,
seven.
hasn't it? Let's see. Mexico, one, two, three, four, five, six, 10. I think it's about 10 World Cups if you exclude the ones, 11 including this year. If you exclude the ones that they were hosting, it's around 9 or 8. Um,
Yes.
so they are regular at the World Cup.
Yeah, so considering that as well, plus I think South Korea also is the second most experienced team in this group. So in terms of experience and home advantage, it's easy to say that Mexico could top this group. But also it not be an easy journey as well. I think they might even top by plus only 2 points or 3 points difference.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think it will be a massive difference. I think it will come down to if you win the key games and also goal difference. Because in this group you don't necessarily want to lose by 2 goals or more. Because goal difference can, if you keep a goal difference low, it can help you to qualify.
Yeah, plus also the goalkeeper is he plays well when World Cup comes as well.
Mm.
Ocha. Well,
So
we
yeah,
know I saw that he's playing somewhere in Cyprus.
who?
The Mexico goalkeeper,
Oh
Ocho,
yeah,
Ocho.
yeah, yeah. Ocho.
Yeah,
Is it? Yeah, he's somewhere. Doesn't he play for Paphos or?
yeah, he's playing
No.
in Cyprus
Yeah, he plays
league.
for yes, Cyprus.
Yeah.
So and they're not even that good. That team. They're seventh in their league. So
Anyway, we'll see. So I think the next team we can move on to is South Africa, your nation.
yeah, my nation. Um, yeah, I'm expecting us to turn up in this World Cup. It should be very good. Um, yeah, so we should do good. Um, so yeah, we should do good in the World Cup. I think for us the main thing is not letting the occasion get to us. That's the main thing because our first proper World Cup in 15 years, most of these players haven't been to a World Cup, so we have that inexperience there. But World Cup, we tend to turn up. We tend to turn up at some stages. Um, so yeah, no, I think we will do good. To be honest, it's just about um, delivering in the big occasions. So, but look, our team is probably as best as anyone. I would say as good as anyone in our group. If we perform on the day, personally, you've got McQuena, right, the best midfielder in Africa, maybe, but there are a few, but he's right up there in terms of midfielders in Africa, or at least those that play their trade in Africa. Then you've got Ron Williams, although he can be dodgy at times. We saw what he did in the last AFCON with the penalty saves and stuff. Love the guy to bits. Um, and then we've got Lau Foster, who is decent. That's probably our weakest area, is the striker area. Um, so yeah, but fullbacks wise, we're good. Um, I think we are a very good squad. It's just centre backs and strikers are probably our main problem. But one thing that will be in favor of us is the Sundowns players that played in America um, during the Club World Cup, so they will have that experience of knowing how the conditions are in America and Mexico, America. So they will have that experience in terms of the climate a bit more, which will help us. I think honestly, if we don't get if we don't qualify, I think it's a missed opportunity. Because I think we can and qualify from this um, group. So yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned some good points. South Africa has been on a rise of form, especially under your current manager. He has helped you guys improve. Also, you did well in the current tournaments qualifiers, even though it was a bit shaky. You
Mm,
did well towards the end. You ended up qualifying. Also, AFCON qualifiers, you ended up qualifying cleanly. It was one of the best performances I've seen you guys do was the AFCON qualifiers. And
mm,
yeah, some of your players are mostly native players. So it is, that team chemistry when a lot of your players are homegrown players in your team.
yeah.
So you tend to perform better when your majority of your national team is homegrown than foreign based.
Mm.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think that's
No.
South Africa's strength.
Yeah. No. I think that's one strength. Um, because it does mean that if there is like an international break or something, we the players know each other. Like they play with each other every week in the PSL. So they're not strange to each other. Basically, that's the only thing.
Yeah,
Like they don't lack that chemistry. So no, you're 100% right.
yeah. So it is something that is a benefit for you guys than compared to other national teams. So also looking at this group as well, Mexico, most of the players are foreign based, so they only meet each other in international break also. South Korea, I'm not so sure about South Korea. Some of them, they're like the South Africa of Asia, if you get what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah, yeah. In some ways, yes, because they have one or two stars that are outside of Asia, um, like your Kim Min Jae, Lee Kang. Um,
Sun,
so yeah, so they have a few guys that are not. Most of the guys also play, but we'll get on to South Korea. But I think their style compared to ours is a lot different. Um, so yeah.
yeah, so also looking at that as well, I think mostly South Africa should do well. There's no reason for them not to do well. I think the only thing that will help them to qualify for the World Cup knockout stage if North Macedonia qualifies for the World Cup itself.
If
I'm saying if North Macedonia qualifies for the World Cup, that's when I've predicted
oh
you
yeah,
guys to.
North Macedonia. Yeah.
Yeah,
It, our biggest problem is if you look at the teams that can qualify, it's probably our biggest problem is Denmark.
Denmark
Yeah,
and,
Denmark
and
are the
Ireland.
problem because if they somehow bottle it and don't qualify, like Ireland, we can beat Ireland. No disrespect to them.
No, but I feel like you guys could underestimate Ireland.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe, but like on paper, we should beat them. Thus is the North Macedonia. We should smack them. Who's the other team that's in the
Czech
qualifier on their
Republic.
side? Czech.
Czech Republic
Yeah,
will beat you guys.
the thing with Czech Republic, they they edging. So yeah, but they probably give us a good game as well. So
Yeah,
probably North Macedonia and Ireland probably our best chance. Um, gives us the chance of qualifying.
I think your
So
best chance is North Macedonia. With
yeah,
Ireland, yes, you guys are favorite against Ireland, but I have a
mm,
feeling that you guys will go into that game feeling cocky or underestimating Ireland, and we could give Ireland 1 point that could deny you guys a chance to qualify for the
maybe
knockout
I
stage.
um yeah maybe.
Yeah, I
So
think yeah.
maybe but we can't really say that right now. So but hopefully I will be supporting North Macedonia. The better chance we have the so yeah. But who did North Macedonia play? Do they play Czech Republic?
Let me check that for you.
Or
I think so.
if they play, who do they play? No, they play Denmark. Yeah, so they're probably gonna lose.
They play who?
They're playing Denmark, so the Czech Republic and Ireland and Denmark, North Macedonia.
Yeah, I think you guys
So yeah,
will
you're
do
probably
well.
looking at Denmark. Denmark will probably make the final, and then it's between Ireland and Czech Republic.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
assuming that can happen as well. So I think the next game the next team can move on to is South Korea.
yeah. So yeah, South Korea is an interesting team because they use local players. and they have some good stars outside, and they always perform at a World Cup. We saw last World Cup 2022 what they did there, so they did well in that one as well. So let's see what they do in that one. I think the thing with South Korea is, will the defensive style hold, because they play a very most defensive pragmatic approach. Will that work in Mexico and USA in terms of the heat? Because it will affect them, but also will it against the teams that they are playing, because the most of the teams that they are playing, Mexico, South Africa, and let's say Denmark, like to dominate the ball. So it might play in their favor, but it also might not, because you're gonna defend for most of the game. So yeah, well, what do you think?
For South Korea, I think South Korea and South Africa will mostly battle it out for the runners-up. Whoever who performs worse against Mexico or the other team will get the runners-up. Whoever who performs best. So I think in terms of this, it will be a tight performance for South Korea as well, uh, especially with some of the players have some sort of experience. Like San is now in MLS, so I think San can be able to go to Mexico and lead his nation to victory easily with that experience. Like when you're closer to the World Cup host, you tend to have that experience. Yeah. So
Mm,
also people like Kim Min Jae, the centre back, he has experience for playing for big teams, even though he's mostly on the bench for Bayern Munich. And then Lee Kang for PSG, he's a rotated player. He has that experience of playing against big teams. Then we have other small team players like Hong, then another Lee. So they have a lot of players outside of Asia. They have some players outside of Asia like Hang Hee Chan. So
yeah, it plays for Wolves, yeah, but
yeah,
it's very injury prone in some respects.
I think Hang
But
Hee Chan he has mostly gone down in terms of abilities as well. He's not the same Hang that was there when Wolves was at its prime.
at
So
the
yeah,
very
so
top,
the yeah, so for South Korea, they have like 6 players outside of the continent of Asia. While for yeah, so they do have that team chemistry as well. But I don't think South Korea could do well. Yeah, I
you
don't
don't
think
think
they'll
they did
qualify.
well?
I don't think they'll qualify for the knockout stage for this World Cup.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Um, I don't know. It's an interesting one to see with them. It depends, because they always stand up in the what do you call it, World Cup. So I think they should be fine. I think third place. I think it's, yeah, third place probably for them, depending on who qualifies and for the playoffs. But yeah,
Yeah,
they
so
are
for
probably 50-50 if they can qualify or not. But I think third place, around third place. Um, I just don't know how the pragmatic defensive style will work. Um, if it will work that well. So
I think if South Korea gets somebody like Denmark to qualify as a fourth team, South Korea is definitely finishing bottom of the group. But for the other teams, they have a chance to fight it out for third place behind South Africa will be ahead of them.
Mm. I
Yeah,
think we
so
should be able to get ahead of them, but we might draw against them. I would say that because if their defense turns up, we might draw because we do in some cases tend to struggle against low block teams, especially if we underestimate them.
yeah, but also South Korea. Something about South Korea is they have struggled playing away from home. Like in this group, the team that plays well away from home is a team like Mexico, South Africa, but South Korea struggles that like they are the third or bottom out of the group if you don't consider the first teams.
So yeah, but let's see, let's see what happens with them.
Yeah, so I think the next team we can cover is Denmark.
Denmark, yeah. Um, I haven't watched much of Denmark, but them being in the qualifier surprised me. Um, it shows that it isn't all well. I think some aging players in there. If you look at the Denmark team, they're not like they don't have that many stars. Um, so yeah, losing to Scotland, a drawing of Belarus, 2-2 the final match. They like you, yeah. It's in the attack. It's really only Hoyland that's there, Rasmus Hoyland, but I think he's injured right now. Um, but I don't know, like Andres Christensen, Vestergaard, it's all players that are in their 30s. Casper Schmeichel is probably 40 now. So it's an aging squad. Um, for them, I think the only younger guys are your Patrick Dogu, Isaacson, who plays for Lazio. He's 24, and then Hoyland is also kind of young, and Jonathan Wendt is also younger. So most of their players are towards the older side, on the wrong side of 30. That's the main thing. Like you've got Christian Eriksen still playing for them. So I don't know. Even if they do qualify, I don't know how they will do because it will be tough for them.
I think for Denmark, if they do qualify, they could top the group because Denmark, yes, they have the issues. They have two issues. Number one, their squad has limited experienced players, and these players are players who their legs are slowly going, like people like Nosgard. He plays for Arsenal, and then so for Denmark, they have like five of those players. So
Mm,
there's a crisis for experienced players among the national team. Yes, they have good potential upcoming stars like four of them, like the one that plays in Porto, Froholt T, and then the Sporting CPDM, and then Hada from Leipzig and Bethel from Greth from from Monaco. So
mm,
I think for Denmark, there's that lack of experience among the squad, lack of enough experienced players. As I said, there's no enough stars. So they could struggle, but as we have seen, the opponents are not big opponents in this group. So
mm,
I think they'll play to their levels, and maybe Denmark will get some glow here and here. One draw, two wins, one draw, one loss, and one
mm.
win. and considering how Mexico could lose some points to South Africa, South Africa could lose some points to another team. That's how I see them topping the group.
I don't know if they top it. Uh, Looking at that team, I don't know. Um, I think it's a case of they. I don't think they beat Mexico. I think it's a case of they need to try and beat. Um, but they need to try and beat South Korea and South Africa. That I think that will secure them the win. That's what I think. So yeah,
Yeah, I do understand your point. I guess Mexico they could get a point there. I saw Nem's comments that South Africa is too good. South Africa is good in terms of team chemistry, but does the
mm,
squad have enough experience playing outside of Europe? As Hanno mentioned,
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. But uh, in terms of experience outside, yeah, no. So
and for Mexico, they have that balance that they have some of the players play in the local league and they have enough players that play outside of the league as well. So there's that equal balance that helps Denmark. Anyway, but we'll see. If, but if the out of the four teams, I think Denmark is one of the best four teams
mm,
that will qualify for the World Cup. And if Denmark qualifies, they could go to the knockout stage and be knocked out in the round of 16.
yeah, nah. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. They're probably the best. Like, let we'll have to wait and see.
Because did they qualify for the last World Cup?
Yeah, they. I think they did, or they
Yeah,
should
they
have.
finished fourth. Yeah,
Who was in the group?
it was France, Austria, Austria, and Tunisia and Denmark.
And they finished fourth.
Yeah, they bottled
Behind
a lot of points. Huh?
behind Tunisia.
Yes,
Wow. They might be washed. They might be. Maybe they washed. Who knows? So
I'm not even playing in
that,
the World Cup.
yeah, his team is so bad that they didn't even make it now. So
Yeah, true. I was actually shocked that Tunisia beat Denmark. No, they didn't beat
yeah,
Denmark. They
like
go to Denmark.
they
The shocking
don't
is Australia
love.
beating Denmark. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was Australia beating Denmark is crazy, but yeah,
Yeah, so if they can fix that issue, which I think is going to be very hard to fix in a span of how many months? 6 months, the World Cup.
mm,
That will be hard to fix.
uh, um,
Yeah. So
but
anyway,
yeah,
the next team is North Macedonia.
don't know. They're gonna finish bottom anyway. Yeah, they they're finishing bottom.
Yeah,
I'll
they
be
finished bottom.
surprised if I will be surprised if they get points in any of the games.
But North Macedonia is a type of team that thrives on people undervaluing them. Like, Italy faced
Yeah,
North Macedonia
but
in the
the thing is,
qualifiers,
you
and Italy
you
thought
can
that they'll qualify.
you can underestimate them as much as you want. The question is, will they have the quality? Um, so yeah, that's the that's the
Yeah,
thing. So
yeah, I know that they're the worst to qualify. Maybe the second worst because Ireland is bad as well. So I think this one they'll finish bottom. That's no debate about it. They'll finish bottom.
mm,
Yeah, so I think the next team is Ireland, right?
yeah, Ireland and then Czech Republic.
Yeah,
Ireland, they don't want to qualify to the stage. Um, uh, I don't know if they will have the quality. They will definitely have the fight, but I don't know. Quality wise, it's it's a tough one for them.
I think
So, but
a
I
team
feel,
like I- a team like Ireland, they'll definitely finish bottom. But also for a team like Ireland as well, they will. It will be an easy team for the opponent. But again, this is the same Ireland that beat Portugal in the qualifiers.
mhm. Yeah. No, I think Ireland. Their main thing is trying to. The thing is, if they continue on the run, I wouldn't be surprised if they get like third place. I think third place is the max for them if they. But yeah, trying to not lose, I think, is key for Ireland. Like, yeah, so that's what I think.
Yeah, there's nothing much to say. I think the only impressive player in Ireland is the goalkeeper. Um,
Oh yeah,
the
Kala.
former Liverpool.
I,
Yeah,
yeah, Kala. Wait, try Parrot isn't that bad.
yeah.
Um,
He's in Ireland. He has a good
um,
potential as well.
mm. Now they
He's
have one
one
or
of
two time. They have a few good players.
actually
So
the stars. They have some good attacking stars like Ferguson, like Evans
mm,
Ferguson. Even though Evans Ferguson he has disappeared, but
yeah,
in terms of potential, they have good stars upcoming up. Even though they're not elite level stars,
mm,
but they're stars that can play easily in the AFL Championship.
yeah,
And for
yeah,
a small nation like Ireland, that's a good achievement for
mm.
them.
Yeah. No, no, it is. So yeah, but let's see with Ireland. Let's see.
Yeah, so the last team is Czech Republic. So your thoughts on Czech Republic?
Czech Republic again. It's the age of the team. Like don't know if they have the stars like to to beat to compete. Because if we look at their team, they don't have that many stars anymore. Like Patrick Schick is probably their biggest star. Um, the others I don't really recognize. Thomas Ocek and so far, of course, we know are players that played for West Ham, but they wrong side of. or 30 as well. I think both will. I think so far will be 34, and so Czech 31. So Patrick Schick is really the only big name that they have. They have the goalkeeper does play for PSV, and PSV are not doing too bad in terms of where they are in the league. I believe like the first or somewhere. So they are a decent team again. It's just about consistency for them. Because if we look at their results, I haven't been able to beat the big teams. Like they drew 1-1 against Saudi Arabia, drew 0-0 against Croatia. Who else? So they lost 5-1 to Croatia as well in terms of World Cup qualifiers. World Cup qualifiers, I'm actually like if Croatia wasn't in their group, they'd probably qualify. But they drew to Ukraine. They drew to Albania. Away from home, all those Ukraine and Albania. They lost to Turkey in the Euros last year. So they're not a consistent team. When they come up against your, I want to say, good to very good teams or decent to good, they tend to struggle. So I think in this group, if they do qualify, I would say it's probably gonna be tough for them to qualify. I think that you're looking at third place for them.
Also, my thoughts about Czech Republic, as you mentioned, there's no enough big stars for them out there. Only Patrick Schick, who plays for Leverkusen, that I recognize also the West Ham free kick specialist. So Sek is the only one I can also recognize. Apart from that, there's no one else that I can say is a big star for Czech Republic. If Czech Republic is to qualify, they could finish bottom of this table of this group.
Mm,
I see all other teams getting ahead of Czech Republic because all these other teams like South Korea, South Africa, and Mexico, they all have a bit of balance between the experience and the old age. But Czech Republic is an aging squad, which is a worry for a nation like Czech Republic here.
mm. Yeah, now I hear you. I hear you on that.
Yeah, because I think let me even try to filter. Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
for Czech Republic, they have like four players above the age of 27. They have like almost like 10 or 15 or 20.
mm,
For a national team, that is dangerous
that's
to have. Yeah,
so yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they do.
yeah, we'll see. So, who will you call underdogs in this group?
Depends how you look at it. I think if I would say if a Denmark or Czechia qualify, I think the underdogs immediately become South Korea and South Africa. Um, I think become the underdogs. But if you're Ireland or North Macedonia qualify, I think North Macedonia, and probably looking at But yeah, South Africa too. As the South Africa will probably South Africa more as an underdog. Um, I think we are just. I think in terms of favorites to underdogs, I think Mexico, South Korea, and South Africa. And then depending on who qualifies from the third place or from the playoff. Why I see Mexico and South Korea ahead of us is because of the experience at the World Cup. That's the main thing. So yeah.
For mostly underdogs, I would say is South Africa. Most South Africa and South Korea, as you said, I believe those are underdogs, but bigger underdogs is South Africa. Most people will be looking forward to seeing how does South Africa perform with a young squad and their
Mm,
talented squad. How did they perform outside of Africa?
mm.
What we
Yeah, no.
and
Mm,
it will be a big stage for most of these players. So it is understandable to put your nation as an underdog mostly.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we were in Group D of the World Cup, I think I would make us favourites out of USA, Australia. I would put us favourites.
And who do you think would be favorites of this group?
Favourites, I think, has to be Mexico and then Denmark or Czechia.
I think favorite for this group to advance will mostly be Denmark or Mexico. If Denmark does not qualify for the World Cup, then South Africa and Mexico become my favorites for this group.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. I hear you on that.
And who do you think will underperform?
If
Unexpected
Denmark qualify, I
underperformance.
think Denmark might underperform. I think Denmark. If Denmark or Czechia qualify, I think they underperform. Even though they're favourites, I think they underperform. If those two qualify.
Um, if some teams qualify, I feel like unexpected and underperformance will be South Korea. I think South Africa will go there and perform well, better than South Korea will, out of the two underdogs.
Mm, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, man, for joining the stream. I think that's all we got, man. You want to
Yeah.
shout out your socials?
Yeah. Of course, rebranded the channel. So Hanu Sports Hub. That's the new channel name. So you guys go subscribe to that. And yeah, then that's mostly it on all socials. And yeah.
Seems say dogs are missing you. Yeah. So also another thing to announce is me and Hannah will be doing mostly a lot of shows together towards this month. In this month, considering the AFCON as well is coming up, so you'll be seeing Hannah hop on for a lot of live streams for AFCON and Africa fixtures. Yeah, so yeah, big up Hannah for joining the stream. I think I'll let him go as I wrap up the video. Yeah, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you like the stream, and make sure you share with your friends and family members because every month I'll be doing breaking down two groups. Yeah, as we count down to the World Cup. So this is the first six teams we have broken down the groups. So big up.